Okay, we start the second part of the savings and investment chapter. Now we're going to do a little bit of algebraic identities, and this is a major part of the chapter. I don't focus on it so much on the face-to-face course, but I'm sure there's going to be some applia exercises on this, so I figure I need to give it its fair due. And also it's fairly instructive in looking at the role of savings and investment with regard to the national economy. All right, first we talk about private savings. This is the portion of households' income that is not used for consumption or paying taxes. And this is equal to Y. Y is the income that households receive minus taxes, which is T, minus C, which is consumption. So this is what households have left over once you have spent your money and once you have paid taxes. What you receive in your paycheck is your income net of all the taxes and deductions you make. But then once you take out the consumption, then that is your private savings. Public saving, tax revenue less government spending. From an equation standpoint, it's a little easier to understand. It's the taxes that the government receives minus how much they are spending. Now, in our right now, of course, we're running a budget deficit. Okay, we'll put these two together. For national saving is private plus public saving, and there's private saving, income minus taxes minus consumption plus public, I don't know why I can't say that, tax revenue minus G. I think we can take out the T's here because plus T and minus T, so we wind up with Y is equal to C minus G. Okay, so that is national savings, and that is the proportion of national income that is not used for government or consumption purposes. Okay, now recall the national income accounting identity. Y is equal to C plus I plus G plus net exports. In this chapter, we're going to look at the closed economy case, which is Y is equal to C plus I plus G. We'll solve for I, or investment is equal to income minus consumption minus government. Now that is going to be equal to national savings. Especially when we subtract out the T's. So, savings is equal to investment in a closed economy, and that is exactly true. And that's true even in an intuitive sense. The amount of money I save is going to be put into the bank, and the bank is then going to loan it out. So we can see this is in essence a proof of that intuitive phrase. Kind of similar to income equals expenditure. My income is going to be equal to your expenditure, or the other way around. My expenditure is going to be somebody else's income. In this regard, the savings that I put into the bank is going to be invested in the economy, because that is how banks make money. Now, budget deficits and surpluses. A budget surplus is an excess of tax revenue over government spending. So it's T minus G, and that's public saving. A budget deficit is a shortfall of tax revenue from government spending, G minus T, and that's negative public saving. Now, I think we're going to leave the equations now, and there will be plenty of applia exercises on this when you get to the applia section of your assignments. Okay, meaning of savings and investment. Private saving is the income remaining after households pay their taxes and pay for consumption. Example of what households do with savings: they'll buy corporate bonds or equities. We just talked about that in the first section. They'll purchase a CD, buy shares of a mutual fund, or let it accumulate in savings or checking accounts. Now, if you let it accumulate in a savings or a checking account, that is going to earn you the least amount of interest. It's going to be the least risky because it's protected by FDIC, Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, but as a result is going to pay the least amount of interest. Investment is the purchase of new capital. Capital in this case is things that is used to produce more things. We chatted a bit about this, I believe, in Chapter 2. Examples of investment. General Motors spends $250 million to build a new factory in Flint, Michigan. You buy $5,000 worth of computer equipment for your business. Your parents spend $300,000 to have a new house built. In economics, investment is not the purchase of stocks and bonds. So it is investment in physical things, purchase of new physical things that is going to contribute to the productive capacity of the economy.